started. With a lot of current, they should be biting. Well, if you have watched any of my past videos, you may recognize where we are. The airport is, and hang on, I'll show you where I am. Airport is over there. I hear an airplane about to take off. And over here, we've got a big rock wall. And look at that current. There is stuff floating. I'll put you back on here. There is stuff floating everywhere out here. So what has happened is we had a bit of a drought and the lakes pretty much stabilized. Cherokee Lake did not get the full pool. Like I say, it probably won't this year despite just tons of rain we've had. But Douglas was already at full pool. And just a little bit of information on Douglas. It doesn't have any dams above the lake. So when the French Broad River flows freely through the Appalachians, Douglas Dam is its first stop. And it's pretty much full. So they're running the floodgates at Douglas. I've never seen the floodgates run at Douglas before. Kind of want to go up there and check that out. But I also knew the current would be too rough up that way to fish in my kayak. Really, it would have been a struggle to fish here in the kayak. So despite gas prices, we're in the bass boat and we were out here in the Three Rivers area and there's tons of current, and that should mean the fish will come out to play. We will find out shortly. I can't believe this jig is even like touching the bottom. The current is faster than I've ever fished it down here before. Trail motor's hanging on pretty good. It's a 55 pound thrust, 12 volt. So how long will it hang on? That's a question. Because it's having to run pretty much full throttle to hold near here. I do have one of the biggest 12 volt batteries that you can get, but still, I'm asking a lot of it. I was thinking over there's a little shade line. There's got to be some current breaks behind some rocks down there. There's a big smallmouth waiting for something to trickle by that looks good. Who knows, we may have to find a spot more out of the current. Well, this has been an interesting day. So far in the video, you all seen some B-roll footage and me coming out here to fish and talking about fishing near downtown, and the current's really strong. But I was fishing just across the river over there, and actually I was on my way back to the ramp. I was kind of done. The river won today. But I saw some kayakers over near the Imes Riverwalk. And if you've ever been in Knoxville, you probably know it's one of the most picturesque kind of spots. And it's a great place to kayak normally. But as I said at the beginning of the video, the floodgates at Douglas are open. And the CFS, I think, is something like 19,000 right now. That is really high. 9,000 is pretty fast. But it has got the river behind me absolutely churning. So there's a bunch of kayakers. Some are going across the river. It's kind of crazy right here. I'd been way upstream from here. But there was a TWRA boat kind of parked out in the middle, just kind of idle speed. And I didn't want to try to go between him and a bunch of kayakers. I don't really know what the exact rules are with keeping distance from non-motorized boats. I know it's like 100 yards for motorized boats. So I decided to try to idle by, and out of the corner of my eye, I see, and I can kind of see it from here, some actual, I think the tactical bassing guys call them tules. It's grass that grows straight up out of the water. We don't have a whole lot of that here. So I had to stop and take a few casts at it. So I tell myself I'm gonna fish there for about 10 minutes. I don't get any bites. But as I'm fishing, I keep looking over and I see a dad and like a little girl, and then somebody else and a little boy, I assumed another dad, paddling up along the bluff. And I see them struggling, and the dads are trying to tow the kids in like those little bitty like 6-foot kayaks. And the rope that they're using is pretty short. And one day I'm going to do, like I said, a safety video on kayaking, and one thing to keep in mind is that when you're pulling somebody is that, and I know this from experience because I pull my son all the time in his nice big heavy kayak I've shown you guys in other videos, is you kind of pull the front of the kayak down, so you want enough rope that it kind of dissipates that. Anyways, kayak nosedives, current's going really fast. There's almost a whirlpool right over there where they were, and they go over. I take off across the way, and that's where we're going to pick up now with this footage. You just want to get on here and we'll tie the kayaks to the boat? There's a ladder on this side in the back. So is this kayak tied to yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one is. You want to grab that oar for me?
Yeah.
That thing's a pain in the ass. That's what messed me up, trying to hang on to that, and then I sunk the kayak.
I saw you starting to go, and I was like, well, I think he might be nope.
And then the kayak went under, and then that's when both went.
I'm going to tie the front of this
There's
one.
my shoes, so much for keeping them dry.
Oh, man. Yeah, the one that, well, at least it's warm.
Yeah.
They'll dry up pretty quick.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too bad.
I was thinking about how much resistance I was feeling. I was like, man, that guy's got to hold on a lot of weight back there.
Yeah, I was hanging on there for a minute, and then my life jacket got caught in, and then the kayak got caught in, and then
Yeah. If you want to come over on this side, there's a ladder. You can climb up in here. Try to get up there and help them get back.
Man, that term, you're a lifesaver. Literally.
Man, I have kayaked for so many years, and I've seen so many people trying to fight this current, but today is worst I've ever seen.
Today. Well, see, normally I got a little spot out in Edgewater Road, you know, out there by Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
We go out there, we go to Concord. It was no current out there.
Yeah.
So we came out here a couple times before last year. I don't remember it, nothing like it. Well, see, it's been raining too.
Yes, I think Douglas is full.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I fished Cherokee a lot, and it's way below where it should be.
Yeah.
But it's not rained enough for them to get it up where it should be. And hopefully this will help Cherokee, you know, but is that a giant fish that just jumped right there?
Where?
I saw something jump right there.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I was like, that's too far for somebody to throw something.
You want to know something? It looks like the current has really picked up in the last hour or so, 30 minutes. Because we came down, we wasn't cruising that fast, and then all of a sudden, shoot, here it comes.
When I was putting in back there,
Kicked our ass.
down below Ned McGuirter,
Yeah.
or at that park, I mean, as soon as the boat started coming off the trailer, it started going, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a tough day.
Yeah.
They might make it by the time we get up there, we'll see.
They're just paddling with Blaze. Poor David. I'm sure his arms are wore out.
If you got two vehicles, it's actually like when the water's running like this,
Yeah.
you put in somewhere upstream, it's actually pretty fun. You just kind of float down, but
Yeah, that's what I told him, because we kept paddling up there and we weren't going anywhere. I mean, we were just paddling in place. And I'm like, yeah, you know, next time we'll park way up there and then I'll drive down here and we'll meet up. That way we can just,
yeah.
you know, just drive back. Man, that was probably hot water over there, man. Like, to be honest, it's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, there's all the current, the rocks and everything.
And not only that, you know, we got 2 kids, so we're over here pulling weight. Makes it 10 times harder, you know.
Yeah. Your son up there somewhere, I guess, or on the walkway?
Do what?
I guess your son got up there? Or?
That's what. Yeah, that's his son. That's
okay.
my nephew. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was up there a minute ago. He may be down on the dock by now.
I think that's him sitting, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. Yeah, I think he's sitting right up there on the dock. I can see him sitting down.
Okay.
I see a kid sitting down. What do you want to do? You want to put them in the boat too, I guess? Or?
We can do that. I don't know if the rope would hold as much tension as the kayaks are causing. Yeah. They got my other rope with them.
So they flipped over too?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even see them flip over.
Well, she did. I don't know if he did.
That's how he started. He flipped over first. And then I went back. And that's when I flipped. Yeah, that's it over there.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. My vape is still hanging on. That's crazy. Come on, boy. You gotta keep paddling.
You want me to grab that rope and pull you the rest of the way up there? Or pull you past it and you can drift back to it?
You want the rope? I could probably grab her though. Oh, she's good. She's good?
Alright. I'm gonna go as slow as I can because it's hard to hold on. That's why he was trying to hold that rope.
Back there, I went right underwater. I had to let go.
Are you going under over there?
No, good.
Okay. So trying to give just enough throttle to make us move, but my trolling motor will basically just keep me in one spot. It doesn't have enough power to move against this.
I kind of lifted their front up a little bit.
Okay.
Man, Uriah flipped over back there. So he flipped over. What did he swim to shore? Yeah, no, he flipped over. I told him to hang on, and I let us drift into the trees, and he held on. And he said, screw this. He hopped up. He said, I ain't going back. I was like, okay. So then I went back in there, and a current, dude. There's a current right there. He flipped me right over twice. Yeah. And then he started backing up, and then we held on, and then I went under the kayak.
And I tried to get out, dude, but it wouldn't let me.
No, the current picked up, dude, in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, that guy on that wave board deal, that stand up.
Oh, that came by a minute ago?
Yeah, he was circling around in that little current. Just spinning around.
Yeah. There's like an undertow right there. And it flipped us over, dude, twice. Did you flip over?
Yeah,
fun?
She flipped out too. Yeah, he's seen her flipped out. He said he was watching. You say he was watching her?
So I was fishing over there watching y'all struggle against that current. I was like, man, that dude's like me, because I have to pull my son sometimes. And I was like, maybe I should go give him some help, but I didn't want to hurt your pride if you're trying to make it back. And then I saw her go over and was like, oh my gosh, I've got to go over there.
Shit, I was thankful. I was like, man, thank you, Jesus.
Let's see.
He said it would be 1 hour.
3-hour tour. Of course, you're way too young for that show, but.
Don't worry about the link, bud, no.
Can you make it off of there?
Yeah, I think you can.
Did you get flipped over? Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Good thing is about that dock right there, it won't be too hard to get them out, I don't think.
No.
You want this rope to pull them around that side of that rail?
That'd be good. Yeah, you're in line. Jeez.
All right.
He wasn't around. I think we'd be out there still floating.
Actually, I was working my way to that dock. And I was going to anchor myself to that dock and throw her out on top of there.
Yeah.
And then got up there and pulled the boats and ran down into the trees and got you guys.
I mean, there used to be another dock back that way, and then it got ripped off the bank by a current. That gives you an idea of, I guess, how bad it can be.
Yeah.
Are these your all's boats or are they rentals?
Yeah, we bought them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We bought
I
them
had mine. I
this
bought
morning.
mine last year. I haven't taken it out.
Yeah, we got it this morning. We really didn't know what we was doing. We was kind of too excited.
Yeah.
I seen the current. I knew it was pretty bad, but I didn't think it was that doggone bad. We really didn't until you get right here.
Yeah, right here is not as bad in this
Well,
little
see, we
area.
started going up that way.
Yeah.
And we said, well, hell, let's just ride the current.
No, I'm not.
And we was right there at that dead tree. It took us probably a good while. It took us 2 minutes, 30 seconds to get right here.
Did you all try to paddle back across and you ended up back there?
Huh?
You tried to paddle from that dead tree across and you ended up back there?
Yeah, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, first we was going right at the center. We're like, okay, we'll go that way. So we went to the left side.
Yeah.
Then we went up, well, you know, let's just drift down just for a minute, and then we'll work our way back. And we didn't come back.
Yeah.
Man,
Which was in place.
it sounds like it.
We was rescued, literally. Goodness gracious.
Well, it's the least I could do. I'd hope if I was out there in the same position.
I appreciate you.
You're very
much.
welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad you was, oh, yeah, because I'm a
Kids were safe. That's number
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I would have gotten home and
really
been like,
helped
well.
us.
Yeah.
So,
Wondering if they made it home safe?
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I was out there, same position.
Is your GoPro on? Like to say you could put that
It is. It
on
is.
YouTube.
Yeah.
He's the man.
That's right. Support this channel, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thanks,
Hell yeah,
guys.
you know, kayak water rescue.
Not what I planned on, but you know,
Hey, why not? I appreciate it, buddy.
no problem. You'll have a good one.
Let's see.
You got a channel?
I do. It's Scruffy City Fishing. I fish and GoPro quite a bit, but I've never had to. And I fished on here a lot too, but I've never had to rescue anybody. So, right place, right time, I guess.
Well, check your page.
Definitely appreciate it. If there's any karma in the world, I'll catch a big fish down through here now. We'll see. All right, so as you all can see, things were a little crazy, a little chaotic. At first, I thought I'll throw the rope, he can tie it to the front of his kayak or hang on to it, and I'll pull him right behind me. Trolling motor is not strong enough in the current, even on full speed. Couldn't move us forward. It could hold us in place. Out of the corner of my eye, his son rolls over again, and there's a little bit of panic. He says, "Go back and get my son." He pulls his daughter onto his kayak. They're not doing so hot either. They can't go forward enough to get to the dock because the current's too strong. All they can do is hold themselves in place. So I go back to get the son, and he actually gets up on the shore. It's a little dangerous though, because then you get a lot of current and those rocks like that. If you slip, you could hurt yourself, and then you're going to be swept away. So, gosh, it was a little crazy there for a second. So I gave him the rope, and he's trying to hang on to it with his kayak, with his hands in his kayak, but then he rolls over because his kayak's taking on water. And once your kayak takes on water, it loses a ton of its stability. I've been there before. I've had a time when I had to paddle a long ways with a kayak with some water in it. Not fun, wouldn't recommend it. Would not poop here again, not 5 stars. Airplane going over behind me. I think that's good enough. So tomorrow, I'm going kayaking, and I'm gonna do a kayak safety video. And I'm going to talk a lot about the current and how you need to figure out where that current's coming from, how strong it's going to be. Plan accordingly. Don't go if you're not comfortable with the current. Set up a shuttle, have a backup plan, all those kind of things. We'll talk about that. But the most important thing is, if you have a boat like this one, and I would say just in general have a boat like this one. I have a ladder on the back of ours so that the kids can swim and stuff. We could still get them in without the ladder if we had to. They could step on the lower unit of the cavitation plate and get in. But if you have a boat and you see somebody struggling, go help that person. That could be you one day, it could be your kids or your family one day. So anyways, thanks for watching today. Don't want to get on a soapbox. I will do a safety video later, but just wanted to talk through everything that you saw. It's going to be a little long, I'm guessing, because I actually didn't know I was recording. I thought I had a bite, left the GoPro on, and then as I'm dropping the guys off the docks, I said, "Oh, are you recording?" I look down and I'm like, I am. So kind of lucky and unlucky in that regard. It gives me a good segue to talk about safety and maybe help somebody else out there avoid that situation.